I'll take a polarizing view of that, which is if we are sending so many noisy signals out to people, how do you cut through? And so I think what brands need to do is think about their DNA, and they need to think about why. What they immediately do is think about what they're doing and how they're doing it. They don't think about why they're doing it. Why? Because it's too bloody hard. You have to roll up and think about, well, why do we exist? Why do we give a shit about? Why is somebody going to care about my brand enough? It's getting harder. So I think if you think about the why more than you do the how and the what, it sorts itself out. And also figure out where you're going to have it. Too many people take the one message and amplify it across all platforms. I think that's super lazy. And it's not where you're going to get deep engagement. And why do you want deep engagement? Because you want people to concentrate their time with your brand. This thing in your hand is one of the few things where you have people to engage with. Native users spend 18 hours a day in this thing. Today you're lucky because there's an iconography on here. There's a logo that can actually embed and say, I'm actively interested enough in your brand to click on that thing. Moving forward, that may not be the case if wearables end up delivering information that's totally small. But yeah, today it's a brag culture, but I don't think that's going to be where we are moving forward. I also think it's no longer about mass. I think niche is the new mass. And part of that is that there's a richness in the dynamic and understanding that I can be engaged with somebody in a far more intimate way, and maybe that's what we need to look at as an engagement metric as opposed to just popularity, which is kind of what we think about today. And I say that being here at SXSWi with 30-something thousand of my compadres, but it's, it still feels like that's kind of a lost culture, but I'd hope to think it's coming. The dynamic of SXSWi has changed so radically now. It used to be the place to come to launch ideas and startups. Twitter, even last year, Meerkat. Before that, we've had, Foursquare, where it was GroupMe. There's all these different types of startups that try to come here and be the heroes, and they're the ones that sponsor the parties. And very quickly, it changed from that to being media. So the likes of us were here, and CNN to this world, Fast Company, Wired, etc., all hosting parties. And that's very quickly changed to brands. So now we've got McDonald's doing activations in a very similar way to bloody Samsung across the road. And all of that is really interesting. So the dynamic of SXSWi has changed from distinction into everything. And it's trying to be everything and all-encompassing. In addition to hardware, so widgets and buttons and stuff, to ideas and ideation around theories of human condition.